everyone. So yes, I'm in the car, lots of traveling and all of that. But hey, I just saw this headline right now and I just felt, okay, what's going on with this rice? I don't know whether this Tinubu and his running mates think that everything about Nigeria is always about rice. So everything they're doing is that rice. Okay, I get the fact that they have deliberately made people extremely hungry, put people in a situation whereby literally everyone, what people are complaining about now is food. Even the elites are complaining about food. The middle class is complaining about food, not just the people who not the poor alone now complaining about food. So that tells you how much hunger has been weaponized in Nigeria. But to see a flooding that happened, there's a flooding that happened in Medi, and we've seen that whole flooding due to recklessness of government, refusing to do the needful at the time that it's supposed to be needed, not prioritizing, human lives and properties, just basic corruption and all of that, whereby a structure that had issue. There's a particular dam there that needed to have been worked on because there were damages to it in certain years. I think right from say 1992 to some 90 and even 2012, around that time there were certain things, repairs that ought to have been done to ensure the structural integrity of the dam. This wasn't done, and then this dam has overrun, and it caused a lot of flood that cost lives and properties. And Shettima promises Maiduguri flood victims 50 trucks of rice. I'm thinking, okay, rice. Okay. Nothing wrong with donating rice, but how is rice the first priority that needs to be put in place? If Shettima was not illegitimately occupying the office of the vice president, right? Yeah, you say, oh wow, that's fantastic. That could help towards the things that are being done. You guys have rigged your way to go and occupy office that is supposed to be about seriousness, about governance, about policies, about making the things in people's lives right. And the thing that you're thinking about is to donate 50 trucks of rice, and that's it. Almost literally, it's as if everything that is being done, they just throw rice at. Oh, we've already sent them rice, they should be okay. Do rice even eat themselves? But anyway, this is People's Gazette putting this. Mr. Shettima told the distraught victims that the government would support them with 50 trucks of rice. Okay, it's even still a promise. It's not even been done. Okay. Kashim Shettima visited Maiduguri on Tuesday to sympathize with the people of Borno State over the allowed dam flood disaster that displaced thousands of people. Mr. Kashim, who led the federal government delegation to the beleaguered city, was received by Governor Babagana Zulum, who took him to the palace of the Shehu of Borno, Abubakar El Kanemi, which was also hit by the flood. From the place, Shettima drove to Bureaucracy camp, where thousands of those displaced by the flood were taking refuge. Mr. Shettima then told the distraught victims that the government would support them with 50 trucks of rice. He added that the government would also collaborate with the Northeast Development Commission and other agencies to ensure they did not spend more than 2 weeks at the camp. Maiduguri residents on Tuesday woke up to devastating floods that swallowed many buildings and took over roads and bridges. So this is the report that came from this thing. So how is 50 trucks of rice going to solve the problem of people who have been devastated, who have just been displaced, rice? Okay, will the rice eat themselves? If the rice cook themselves, I'm just, you just see some of these things, you really don't even know how to react to it or what to say. And then when you talk, it's almost as if, oh, your own is too much. You always do this. You're not talking about beddings. You're not talking about medical supplies that need to be sent down there. You're not talking about a whole lot of things. You're not talking about, okay, clean up. I don't even know. Like normally you see when there's things like the flooding in other parts of the country, you see they will bring in their military, they will bring in their National Guard. You see they'll call in citizens, volunteers, come and help with the cleanup process, come and help to clear up things, come and you see the beginning, you see rebuilding of houses and stuff like that. Because maybe due to this flood, there might be other houses that might face issue of structural integrity. So you'll be mindful. Government ordinarily be mindful of checking all these places to ensure that these houses are not going to also in the next few years or few months or whatever be a problem that will lead to equally some other disasters. A house collapsing, of course, is a disaster. It doesn't matter the scale. A disaster is a disaster no matter the scale that it is. So these are some of the things that you would expect that you'll be hearing, but no. 50 bags of rice. After all, oh my goodness, they actually visited the place. Can you imagine how they have done what is not done, what has not been done before? Really? Is that how these people, think about citizens and how little the value they have on lives of people? Talk less of even the properties, of people. And it's quite surprising. Okay, so right now, the car that I'm in, TJ, slow down. You're going to be pursuing you, slow down. He has hit, so wahala dey. Keke Napep don't hit us, and he's trying to, he has hit. Hey, I was there talking about flood though. Yeah, Keke Napep, is it Keke Napep they call them, came to hit our car. And the most annoying part of it was the fact that the guy just wanted to run away. You know how they can be. And then they were zooming me away. Maybe when I don't go carry me, go hit or something. But it was just quite annoying, that he was going to go away. And, the driver was quite angry. That, why are you running away? At least you do something. You stand and say, I've done this thing and all of that. But for you to not just try to run away. And then he was just begging. Even you myself, looking at the guy myself, you myself go want dash money. I always say this thing to my friend. I say, look, if somebody wants to hit me, I prefer let it be a big car. Come and hit me with your big car. No, if all this, not the one that will come and hit you, that even you yourself, if you stay there too long, you'll not end up having to give the person money out of pity and all of that, which is this case. But it's just like the fact, of course, it's quite annoying that someone, will hit you and then he naturally wants to do a fast one and just quickly run away. And then they chase him. And okay, he had someone who was in the car. That one told him, you have to stop and go apologize. And that one was even telling us how the day was it on Monday or so. That's how they also hit a car that he was in and they are repairing it. But anyway, long story. What was I even talking about before? 50 trucks of rice. That's all they think about. It's always about food. Just send rice, not even food master, just rice. Medical supplies, who cares? Blankets, emergency things. Okay, these people that have gone to IDP, you were living in your house, JJ. First of all, this thing needed to have been taken care of. It wasn't taken care of. You were living in your house, JJ. The flood came. It has displaced you. You know how flood it is, taking over everything. What do you do now? They send you 50 trucks of rice that only God know how many they've not even said it, that they have promised how many will reach all of them. No blankets, no beddings, things to take care of yourself, medical supplies and all of that. Hey, it's just rice, and as far as they are concerned, that's all that it's okay. And even that Northeast development, what do the NEDC, right? Development Commission. I was against that whole setting up that thing because it's just another form of bureaucracy. People will sit down, people eating money. But of course, they say an NNDC, even the NNDC, the Niger Delta Development Commission, I've never been in support of it. Of course, there's an NNDC, so every region we want to have their own DC. And more corruption going on, more bureaucracy, more people just employed, just sitting down, not even doing the things they're supposed to do. And at the end of the day, it's the poor people who pay for all of these things. Life.